Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Benny's Video. And this movie came out in 1992, and it's directed by Michelle Haneke, a pretty fantastic director who's made nothing but great movies from what I've seen. I've seen Funny Games, also Cache, The Piano Teacher, The White Ribbon, and all are really, really great movies, and I would highly recommend that you check those out. And this one I thought was great, and what I really loved about this movie is the overall general presentation of the film. The way it's shot is pretty great, and there are some choices made in this movie that kind of reminded me of Funny Games that he would later move on to make that movie. Like, you can see little hints of that in this movie. And although I don't think this movie is perfect, I do have some issues with it. I do feel as though generally what I'm looking for from a Michelle Haneke film is found in this movie. And the lack of music made it really intense at points. And overall, it didn't drag the movie down because there was a lack of music. And any music that you do hear is just like music that characters are listening to. And it makes sense within the environment for you to hear that as well. And the acting I thought was pretty fantastic. And I had no issues there. And the main actor, who I'm not even going to pronounce, he was fantastic. And he's also in Funny Games. And it's very different performances, honestly, where in Funny Games, he's talking a lot and is a bit more energetic and kind of upbeat, but also intimidating. Whereas this, he's a lot more reserved and kind of quiet, man of few words type character. But there's always an underlining, creepiness to his performance that really elevates every scene that he's in. And this movie goes in directions that I didn't expect, and the movie very clearly establishes what you're in for within the opening scene. I do have one little criticism with it, being that it was kind of just reincorporated in a way that I found to be kind of unnecessary. But I do feel as though that's kind of a little thing that's almost nothing to complain about. And this movie does take its time. It's not a fast-paced movie, but I was never bored personally while watching this movie at any point. I was always interested in where things were going, and about halfway through it almost kind of becomes a different movie, but I feel as though it fits in this film and it makes sense. It doesn't take a complete tonal shift that felt unnatural for the story to take. And what they did was very interesting for me, and I liked it. It's just that I was not expecting it, and it subverted my expectations, and that's why it stands out to me. And I found the themes and the characters to be very interesting, and also the parents in this movie. Normally in any other film, they would just be annoying one-dimensional characters, but in here, you actually get a good understanding of who they are and their mentality and what they want. I just thought that the movie did a great job at portraying parents in this movie. Even if you don't agree with their actions, you at least get somewhat of an understanding of why they did what they did. And much like Funny Games, the violence in this movie, for the most part, is just off-screen, or at least barely off-screen. You can see little bits of it, but you don't really see it too well, and it's kind of more terrifying that it's off-screen, and you just have your mind fill in the rest as to what's happening. And the performances really sell it, and the sound design also. If that was clunky, that would have ruined it, but they pulled it off in this movie. My biggest issue with this movie is that the first half hour I found to be a little bit clunky, and I wasn't hating it or anything. I was like, this is just establishing things are happening, but I wasn't really invested in anything until the plot began, and I was like, oh, this is what we're in for. And I did kind of know what it was about because I read a little as to what the movie was about, the quick plot synopsis of the film on Letterboxd. And because of that, I wasn't that caught off guard when it happened, but once that happened, I was like, okay, I'm in. I want to see what happens next. And from there, it was a thoroughly enjoyable experience in a way that left me satisfied in a positive way, not a happy enjoyable experience yay, I'm happy because it's a happy lighthearted tone. No, it's kind of a dark tone, but leaving me glad that it's a very well executed and well made type deal. And the only other issue that I have with this movie is just an audio plot hole that just made no sense, but I can't get into it because that would spoil the movie, because it's not brought up until the end of the movie. But aside from that, pretty great movie, loved it, and I'm really itching to watch it again, believe it or not. So I would highly recommend that you check this movie out, as long as you're open for a slow burn and you like Michel Haneke's movies. Like, if you like his movies, then check this movie out. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Benny's Video an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Benny's Video, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Notting Hill. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.